Dear brothers and sisters, this time I would like to make a video about the prophecy of Theodor Beykirch. Theodor Beykirch only made one prophecy about the war year, the so-called World War III. We will now read the prophecy of Theodor Beykirch. An old prophecy according to Theodor Beykirch reads, "The month of May will prepare for war in earnest, but it's not yet the time. The month of June will also invite war, but it's not yet the time either. The month of July will first act cruelly, so that many will have to say goodbye to wife and child. In August, war will be heard all across the world. September and October will bring great bloodshed. In November, miraculous things will happen." I don't know if this particular year is the war year, but Theodor Beykirch only made this one prophecy during his lifetime about the war year in Europe and the world. According to Arlo Illermeyer also made prophetic views on the future during his days. Arlo Illermeyer is considered one of the most accurate clairvoyants of the 20th century. Even the district court confirmed his prophetic abilities. Particularly spectacular are his visions about the Third World War. For this he called, among other things, the following pre-war signs. He said, "First comes a prosperity as never before. Then follows an apostasy as never before. Then comes an unprecedented corruption of morals. Then a great number of foreigners come into the country." This happened in the last 20-30 years here in Europe and particularly also in Germany. And since 2015, we had millions of migrants coming in. Right now we are in the phase of high inflation. That is also what he said. There is high inflation. The money loses more and more of its value. That's the phase we're right now in. Then apparently sooner a revolution follows. Then the Russians invade Europe overnight. And about this apparent revolution in Germany and in Europe, Arlo Illermeyer stated, "When all the lumpiness arises, the people stand up with the soldiers, then everyone who has an office will be hanged from the nearest lamppost or immediately from the Windows cross." On my website I made a tab on prophecies where I embedded all the videos where I talk about prophecies of the Sina van Rensburg, of Arlo Illermeyer, etc, etc, etc. That is my website www.imperialgermans.com, and I made a tab on prophecies. My first video is Alex on the Sina van Rensburg on World War III, where I talk about Nicolas van Rensburg of South Africa. The second video is Alex talks on the Isis Revelations, where I talk about the Isis Revelations. The third video is Alex on remote viewing and the kill shot, which is also very interesting. The fourth video is in German, Alex on Thule Temple and the global turning. The text is in English, but the video is in German. Alex on the High Priestess Yaha is also in German, but the text is in English, so you can read it online. Alex on John of Jerusalem is also in German, but I refer to a website where you can read it online. Alex on prophecies about the future of Europe is also in German, a very good video on prophecies about the future of Europe. Alex talks about the last prophecies of Peter Dunov, it's also in German. And Alex on the Temple Revelations, you can also read the Temple Revelations on my website in English. And Alex about the Roderich reports, also in German. And you can also read them on my website in English. I also created a tab of the so-called global turning. And on this thread, I colored the prophecies in green that already happened, the prophecies that are currently happening in yellow, and the prophecies that still need to happen in red. On another tab of my website, the Day X, I talk about the global turning or the global change. On this part of my website, I painted the prophecies in green that already happened, the prophecies in yellow that are happening right now, and the prophecies that will still happen in red. Many of the prophecies that are depicted here from thuletemple.com have already come to pass, like the prophecy of the popes, collapse of the stock exchange or an economy, what is happening right now, civil war in France and Italy and possibly also Germany and England, Paris is burned down by insurgents, new conflict on the Balkans, and so on and so on. One of the next prophecies that allegedly will happen is the Pope traveling to Moscow, and apparently there will be a new confrontation in between Israel and Iran. Everybody's shouting peace, and then the war starts. Persecutions of Christians in Rome, the Pope flees Rome. If you really want to look at the prophecies on my website, I suggest you visit my website and read the prophecies by yourself. Most prophecies go about the global turning or the global change. Apparently one of the next prophecies that will become true is the Pope traveling to Moscow. Never in whole of history has any Pope traveled to Moscow, and apparently the Pope right now is preparing for a peace mission in the Ukraine and Russia. So that is one of the next prophecies becoming true. If you want to read about prophecies, I suggest you check out my website, check out the names on my website of the prophets or the seers, and then research them online. There's a lot of material about prophecies online. There are hundreds of books on European prophecy alone, and many of the prophecies have become real. Prophecies are actually warnings to the people to change their ways, such that they do not happen. But sadly, many people are still brainwashed and still follow the mainstream narrative and go into war after war, because the powers that be want eternal war. They never want peace. And according to the prophecies, the global turning or the global change will happen during the Zionist orchestrated World War III. My only viral video on my English YouTube channel is Alex and the Dine van Rensburg and World War III. It reached over 124,000 views. On my German channel, a couple of years ago, I sadly got censored. Over 40-50 videos got censored in over 30 countries worldwide. I nearly reached over 6,000 subscribers, and then the agent that was watching my channel decided to censor me. And I reached nearly 6,000 to 7,000 views per video, many videos over 10,000, and some videos even to 40, 50, 60, 70,000. Right now on my German channel, I don't even reach 1,000 number of views. It's really sad. My latest video, Alex on the Prophecy of Theodor Beykirch, reached over 5,000 views on Rumble. I get on certain videos now more views on Rumble than on YouTube. YouTube censors in every possible aspect. People who subscribe to my account get unsubscribed. My subscribers don't get notified when I upload a video. And even when I comment or respond to people, YouTube automatically deletes my comments, although they're not spam. I researched online and it said that YouTube automatically deletes comments that is considered hate speech. So if you use the word Zionist or revisionist history as an example, the comment gets automatically deleted. Although I only responded often with normal wording to a question, and YouTube also deleted that. It's sad, many of my followers then believe that I don't respond to them, and misunderstandings can happen then. If this is the so-called war year, the powers that be want to create this Third World War to create order of chaos, the so-called divide and conquer strategy from Hegel. They control all sides of the war. Many people on the right believe that Russia or Putin will save us, but that is not the case. Ukraine and Russia, NATO and Russia and China are all controlled by the Chaba-Lubavitch Endzeit sect. You can find this online, you just have to look for it. If you want a good website to read who's behind this war, then I suggest you read the Express-Zeitung. It's available in English and in German. The war in Ukraine is a political war. It's not supposed to be won. Comparable to the Vietnam War, where many people just die for profit of the powers that be. It's sad and horrible what is happening in Europe with the migrant crisis, but if you voice your opinion on this, you also get censored. I believe that we are in the end days, since 10 to 15 years now. The apocalypse is actually the unveiling of the machinations of evil on this planet. That's what apocalypse means, unveiling. And I believe that the day of judgment or the global turning is close. So just remember this prophecy of Theodor Beykirch in the following months. And if it becomes true, it might happen that the Zionists instigate World War III this summer, around July or August. The only thing you can do is spread the word, exchange information. The grand masses are sadly still asleep. It is a fact, though, that's always a minority that changes the world, a minority that is strong enough to revolt against the powers that be. You only need 3 to 7% that are willing to perform a revolution. According to Edgar Casey, a prophet in North America and the USA, there would be a second revolutionary war in the USA in the near future against the satanic elites. But this revolution would have to be global. If a revolution happens in one country alone, then all the other countries would be used to destroy that one country, as happened with the Third Reich. Be vigilant, people. I believe that we are close to Judgment Day and the global turning. Never give up hope. And if you can, buy food reserves and water reserves and store them at your place or your home for a couple of weeks or even months. According to the prophecies, the global turning would only last 3 to 4 months, not longer. Many greetings and ciao!
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.